Hey y'all. So I wanted to take y'all on a journey with me, right? So I'm doing this 1 year chronological Bible reading plan. Um, I am 1 day behind. So I'm gonna go back to the day that I missed. I started that day and then I got distracted. But yeah. Genesis 22. Sometime later, God tested Abraham's faith. Abraham, God called him. Yes, he replied. Here I am. Take your son, your only son, yes, Isaac, whom you love so much, and go to the land of Moriah. Go and sacrifice him as a burnt offering on one of the mountains which I will show you. The next morning, Abraham got up early. He saddled his donkey and took two of his servants with him, along with his son Isaac. Then he chopped wood for a fire for the burnt offering and set out for the place God told him about. On the third day of the journey, Abraham looked up and saw the place in the distance. Stay here with the donkey, Abraham told the servants. The boy and I will travel a little further. We will worship there, and then we will come right back. So Abraham placed the wood for the burnt offering on Isaac's shoulders, while he himself carried the fire and the knife. As the two of them walked on together, Isaac turned to Abraham and said, Father, yes, my son, Abraham replied. We have the fire and the wood, the boy said, but where's the sheep for the burnt offering? God will provide the sheep for the burnt offering, my son, Abraham answered, and then they both walked on together. When they arrived at the place where God had told him to go, Abraham built an altar and arranged the wood on it. Then he tied his son Isaac and laid him on the altar on top of the wood. And Abraham picked up a knife to kill his son as a sacrifice. At that moment, the angel of the Lord called to him from the heaven, Abraham, Abraham. Yes, Abraham replied, here I am. Don't lay a hand on the boy, the angel said. Do not hurt him in any way, for I know that you truly fear God. You have not withheld from me even your son, your only son. Then Abraham looked up and saw a ram caught by its horns in a thicket. So he took the ram and sacrificed it as a burnt offering in place of his son. Abraham named the place Yahweh Yireh, which means the Lord will provide. Yahweh Yireh. Okay. To this day, people still use the name as a proverb. On this mountain of the Lord, it will be provided. Then the angel of the Lord called again to Abraham from heaven. This is what the Lord says. Because you have obeyed me and have not withheld your son, your only son, I swear by your own name that I will certainly bless you. I will multiply your descendants beyond number like the stars in the sky and the sand on the seashore. Your descendants will conquer the cities of their enemies, and through your descendants, all the nations of earth will be blessed. All because you have obeyed me. Then they returned to the servant and traveled back to Beersheba, where Abraham continued to live. Soon after this, Abraham heard that Milcah, his brother's Nahor's wife, had borne Nahor 8 sons. The oldest was named Uz, the next oldest was Buz, followed by Kemuel, the ancestor of the Armenians, Kesed, Hazol, Pildash, Jidlaph, and Bethuel. Bethuel became the father of Rebekah. In addition to these 8 sons from Milcah, Nahor had 4 other children from his concubine Remu. Their names were Tabah, Gaham, Tahash, and Mecca. You know, the one thing that I got from just reading this was that they climbed up a mountain, right? was going to go sacrifice his only son. Wild. Probably the wildest story in the Bible. But he was going to go sacrifice his son. And he created the altar and all of this. So he had to have looked for an altar, right? He had to look for a place in order for him to create an altar. The ram wasn't there. And then God called from heaven, Abraham, Abraham, don't touch the boy. Then he looked around again. The ram is caught, right? I think the craziest part about that is that the ram had to be traveling up the mountain too. It was the obedience of going to the place that he would show him that allowed him to meet what God had already prepared. I think sometimes we don't want to travel up our mountain because it's so hard, not knowing that our blessing is on the other side, traveling to meet us. And that was good for me because I'm still traveling up this mountain, and it's like, God. But I'm going to be obedient. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. And I really love that Isaac didn't fight his father on the way. He carried his cross. He carried it. It's like, okay, I'm going to ask a question because what you doing? But I'm also going to trust you. And he trusted his father. It's so many different lessons in this story, like being able to trust your father. He trusted his father as Abraham was trusting his father. He said, God's going to provide. God's going to provide. And he like, okay, my father said his father's going to provide. So I surrender. Even he didn't fight him as he put him on the altar. He was about to kill him. He trusted him unto death. Okay. He was really about to be dead. And he didn't fight back. And it's like, can we trust God during the journey until death? That's the lesson. And I realized I've been having a real hard time as I drink this. I've been having a really hard time fasting for longer periods. Like, can definitely get through like the basic 12 hours and deny myself and all of that. But being able to like do a complete water fast or do a complete dry fast, I realized that it's hard because I don't want to deny myself the things that I want because I got used to getting them. I got used to eating when I felt like it. I got used to drinking when I felt like it. Got used to all these things. And it's like, dang, God is calling you to a higher place. So will you surrender? Will you continue up this mountain and sacrifice yourself so that you can meet what God already has in store for you? Because you can't meet what God already has in store for you full of yourself, full of your feelings, full of your opinions, full of your pride, full of your ego. It's not possible. It's not. So I encourage you all today to identify what your mountain is and put yourself in a state of surrender to continue to press towards the mark. Continue going up that mountain, void of everything else except what the Lord told you to take. God told him to only take Isaac. Take Isaac. He told his servants, nah, y'all wait here. We're going to be back. As in he had already planned to not have to kill Isaac because he truly believed that God will provide. Do you truly believe that God will provide? And if you do, follow his directions. This was a word for self that I was sharing with y'all. Says y'all want to take y'all on a journey with me. So I hope y'all have a beautiful day. And I'm going to try to do this a little bit more. I'm supposed to read every single day. You see, I missed a day. But we back on track. I'm going to read the rest of them because it's several scriptures I gotta read a day, several chapters. So yeah.